And good morning. It's 7:03 on this Thursday, September 26th. It's time to head to Studio B for Coleman and Company.
Hello, everybody. Welcome. Thursday morning. We're glad to have you with us. Glad to be on the air for Bates Ford. We've got Paul. We've got Ronnie here as per usual. Paul Tubbs, Dealer Operations Manager, Ronnie Kelly in sales at Bates Ford, 1673 West Main, the dealer that'll trade for anything it don't eat. Well, Paul, good morning.
Good morning, Coleman.
Hello, Ronnie. It's good to have you.
Good morning. Glad to be here.
I tell you what, now we have both of you here. We get a good commercial in.
There you
go. We talk about the whole thing, and we talk especially about the cars and the vehicles that Ronnie's got to sell. So, Paul, get us started.
Oh, it's a good week going into the month. We're trying to make some really good deals. We've got some great deals on our executive demo. Some of them's got up to $15,000 off. It's actually a new vehicle, like I always say. We use them in service as loaners, and then once we pull them out of service, they actually have a better warranty than they go 42 months, 42,000 miles. So you actually get a better warranty than you would with a new vehicle. But we've got some great deals for the end of the month on them. We'll always trade for anything that don't eat. We traded for a camper yesterday. So if you got lawnmowers, trailers, motorcycles, classic cars, campers, we traded for a camper yesterday. A couple had a camper and a truck, and they wanted to kind of, they weren't traveling near as much. So they actually downsized and bought an SUV and traded both in on a vehicle and actually got some money back. So, we'll work with anybody on any kind of situation.
That's okay. If you're tired of the camper, you don't really need it anymore.
Right. They weren't traveling, weren't using it, so they actually had a truck and a camper that they were pretty much that wasn't getting used, and we actually gave them money back for buying a vehicle. So we'll work any deal we can to try to earn your business.
Yeah, that sounds like a great deal to me. Yeah. Ronnie, you make deals like that?
Yes, and this is the time of year in September people go and look around and they see things that they don't need and that they'll try to trade it in. So we need all your trade-ins, anything you have. Like Paul said, we'll be glad to take it. And I was on my way in this morning, Coleman, and almost was late. And I was wondering why I was going to be late, and Mr. Chris Dow, he was in front of me in a Dodge. I almost pushed him in.
Okay. I love the way you get your digs.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. just poking.
Well, I'm wondering where you'll be selling that camper.
Yeah, we will. We'll definitely have it on the lot for sale. And like I said, that was something that we'll do. We always, motorcycles, we put them on the website, and campers, boats, trailers, any of that kind of stuff.
Well, I don't know if other dealers do this sort of thing, but if they do, they don't talk about it. And you've told the story several times here that when the economy was down a few years ago, this was kind of a way of getting attention, getting some sales you probably wouldn't have gotten,
right.
And you're still doing it.
Oh, yeah, and it works well for us. It's an outlet for people. A lot of times people want to try to sell things themselves, and it takes time, and it alleviates all that, having to do that. We'll do all that for you. You bring it down there, we'll appraise it, we'll give you a number on it, whether it's boat, trailer, camper, whatever, and we can, like I said, the couple yesterday, actually their truck and camper appraised more than the vehicle they were purchasing, so we actually got that and gave them some money back, so it worked well.
Well, it sounds like you're ready to make a fair price for whatever you're facing.
We always try to be fair in everything we do, whether it's service, sales, whatever. Mr. Bates has instilled that in all of us. That's why we have so many employees that's been there for so many years, because he really believes in making sure that, one, we sell a quality vehicle, and two, that we always try to take care of the customer.
Yeah. Well, we try to mention every week, of course, that you still have. I think you do. If you don't have it, you're going to have to tell me, because I'm going to keep talking about it as long as it's on my piece of paper here. You tell me different, but that's cheapest oil change.
$28.95 up to 5 quarts. We always, in free inspection, we'll look at your brakes, your battery, your hose, your tires. We'll give you a report. We do that on every car that comes in and make sure everything's safe. We'll come let you know if you need any kind of work, but we do the $28.95 oil change up to 5 quarts, and also we'll do a free inspection where we'll inspect your vehicle.
Well, I'm going to have to get mine down to you. It's getting close to time change.
Bring it down. We'll take care. We change oil on Cadillacs, don't we, Ronnie?
Yes, sir. And he'll get a golf lesson.
What about Dodges? Do we change oil on Dodges, Ronnie?
We change them if we can get them in the shop. Push, pull, or drag.
We got about a minute left here. Ronnie, anything else you want to tell us this morning?
Well, like we said, right now, it's almost at the end of the month, and we got a lot of great deals going on. And like on those executive cars, we sold 3 of them on last weekend, so you need to come on in because those cars are going pretty fast, and they are great deals.
And that's brand new car Paul was talking about earlier.
Yeah, the executive.
A wonderful deal.
Yeah, those cars. It's a good program Ford's got going. It's called a courtesy transportation, where they try to take care of the service customers, and then once them vehicles get over 2,000 miles and they've been in the program 90 days, we pull them out, and you actually get a better warranty than you would with a new car. 42 months, 42,000 miles,
and they're just broken in good.
Right, yeah. It's barely used.
All right. Well, remember they're located on West Main Street. Been there for years and years, and actually Paul's been with them 20 years. Ronnie for 32 years, so a family Ford dealership right here in Lebanon, Tennessee. Bates Ford, the dealer, and trade for anything you don't eat. Again, open 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, 8 to 6 on Saturday, and the cheapest oil change in town, up to 5 quarts for $28.95. See y'all next Thursday.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
We are 10 minutes after the hour, and this is the 4th Thursday of the month. My Thursdays at 7 o'clock are dedicated to the city of Lebanon. Most of the time it goes like this. We have a city council member on the first Thursday. We have Sergeant P.J. Hardy on the second Thursday. Jeff Bain sends us somebody, whoever he's wanting us to talk to, on the third Thursday. But the fourth one is set in stone unless it's November, when it's Thanksgiving. Chris Dowell, our fire chief, is always with us.
That's exactly right. You got the number one right there. You called out 4 different spots, but you know which one's the best.
Well, the city of Lebanon, I mean, we're here. This is Lebanon, Tennessee, so I feel like we owe our city government an opportunity to come out and let us know what's going on. But
that is the truth.
We certainly appreciate having you, because we learn not only about the fire department, we learn about Lebanon High School football.
Right.
We learn about, we can learn a little bit about county government, because you're a county commissioner now. And
don't know much, but yeah.
And then we just find out what's on your mind sometimes, which is maybe the most interesting part. How are you?
Good. How about yourself?
Doing all right. How about the Blue Devils?
Well, riding out for that big win from Hendersonville.
Yep.
Yeah.
You were saying when you were here last time you thought they could beat Gallatin. They didn't, and then they didn't beat Mount Juliet, and I believe Mount Juliet beat Gallatin, if my memory is right.
No.
No, Gallatin beat Mount Juliet, did
you? Yeah.
Well, all right. How you can tell I don't...
well, it's old age. It's okay.
Huh?
It's old age. It's okay. We all got to go there someday. That's right.
But anyway, you've the program has definitely been resurrected under Chuck Gentry.
And that is correct. Yeah, and we're steady moving forward. Got a pretty good task coming up. Right now, Beach is, he made reference to it the other day, and it was a good thing that he told the kids. I ain't so sure that some of them probably wasn't shaking in their boots, but, they lost 3 seniors off that team that was runners up last year, in the state. So, it's a tall task that they got coming up Saturday, and for some reason it landed on homecoming. So, it's going to be rough.
You usually pick a weaker opponent for a homecoming.
Well, I get to where it's like this right here. You pick a weak team to play or whatever in any game. I mean, it ain't making you better. I mean, just go out there and say you're going to win. Just why not schedule, I can't say a 1A school because we've been beat by them too. So, I mean, you can get beat on any night. So be careful how you throw that out there. I mean, not you, but how you pick the team.
As far as your participation with the team, are you as much involved now as you were when Coach Gentry started?
Yeah, well, I'm probably at the same. I'm fading out slowly but surely. I'm fading out. I'm wanting to go and sit back in the easy chair and just go watch ball on Saturday. And so, of course, everybody pretty much everybody knows my son plays college football also, and so I'm ready to just get in the flow of going down there and leaving some on Fridays and things of that nature.
Well,
so,
how's he doing?
He's doing good. He's doing real well. He's playing. Put it that way.
What position's he playing?
He's wide receiver.
Okay, that's what he's always been. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
I've always been a wide receiver.
Is that what you were?
I was wide receiver, cornerback, water boy, you name it. I done it all. So, but now he is taking off and he's doing great.
What school? Where is he?
He's at UT Martin.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, he's at UT Martin. They took on the Florida Gators 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, that didn't fare out too well. I think, and it's funny. Some of them
got a big paycheck, though.
Yeah, they got a big paycheck, and that's the only reason why they do it. So, small program. Yeah. So,
But whenever you get to play somebody and get that big paycheck and then beat them,
yeah.
happened to the other side of the state.
Well, that's true, but but the thing about it is, everybody's on that Georgia State game or whatever, and I can't tell you what happened to the BYU game, but the Georgia State, everybody looks down on them, but that's still an FBS team, and so they've got those scholarships to get those big guys too. So FCS schools don't necessarily bring on the I guess you say the big time talent or whatever, but because the scholarships and the things that the bigger schools can do that the little ones can't or can afford, put it that way.
Well, let's turn to the fire department for a moment. Notice some paving going on over around your headquarters.
Yep, I was looking at it this morning. It beats riding on gravel and having to sweep the garage out almost every other week. So this is going to help us out tremendously. Plus, on top of that, it's if you're in the city, I think you're actually supposed to have pavement in a marked parking lot. So we're just doing our due diligence to try to clean everything up.
Well, you got it. You're not doing it overnight, but you're sprucing that place up, and it's
slowly but surely we're adding value to that place every day. And it's sometimes it's city monies, and then sometimes it's just stuff that we do. I mean, I've got a lot of guys up there that work in the contracting field and can do certain things that we don't have to pay somebody to do. They just go and do it. Or I call and ask them, and they'll stop in on a Saturday. They might come up Sunday evening after church or something like that and take care of it.
Okay, we're going to take a break right here. Chris Dow is our fire chief for the city of Lebanon. He's here on the fourth Thursday of each month, and we'll talk more after this break. Coleman and Company, FM 98.9.
And it's now 7:16. Let's see what's happening on the roadways. Want to thank Absolute Kubota and Rental. They have Exmark, large inventory of Exmark mowers for homeowners and commercial users. Number one selling brand by 2-1 over any other commercial mower brand. 1325 West Main. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. It's got very heavy here on 44 westbound. Trying to get up through the Hickory Hollow area as you continue towards Nashville. There is a crash there at Briley Parkway entrance ramp at Ashland City Highway. It was a fender bender, James Robertson and Rosa Parks. Heavy traffic now coming through Hermitage. All that traffic flow on 40 West coming over from Mount Juliet, Wilson County. Download the Princess Hot Chicken app right now. Princess Hot Chicken is the original Nashville hot chicken. Located at 5814 Nolensville Pike. I'm Commander Chuck. You're on time traffic.
It's a new day at Lebanon Health and Rehabilitation. Lebanon Health and Rehabilitation has experienced new leadership, a new atmosphere at the same location in the heart of Lebanon. Located at 731 Castle Heights Court on the Castle Heights campus, Lebanon Health and Rehabilitation is providing 5-star clinical outcomes to short-term and long-term care residents. Call 444-4319 for a tour and to experience the new culture. It's a new day at Lebanon Health Care and Rehabilitation.
Hi, everybody. Tommy Bryant. Join me every Friday at 6:30. Lebanon High Football takes on some of the best competition, brought to you by Absolute Kubota, D.T. McCall and Sons, K. Maynard State Farm Insurance, Bakes and Hooker, Lebanon Police Chief Mike Justice, Wilson County Sheriff Robert Bryan, Wilson Bank and Trust, Dickey's Barbecue Pit, and A.G. & Johnson Realty and Auction. The Blue Devils celebrate homecoming Friday, September 27th against Beach.
Coleman and Company, thanks for joining us. Just a reminder that Coleman and Company is archived, and you can get past editions. I'm not sure how far we go back, but I guess back when we started archiving a month or two ago. But anyway, shows are posted each weekday morning about an hour after they air, and you can go to WANTFM.com, scroll down, and see the link that says details underneath Coleman and Company. It'll take you to a page with a link that says click here to listen to previous interviews. So, Chris Dowell, if you ever want to know what you said, if you forgot what you said, and you want to go back and make sure, that's one way to do it.
Well, that's one way to do it, but I'm probably not. I know what I said because I say it out here all the time and say it quite often or whatever, but there's some people that half the time they want to call out here and try to get information of what I said and all that stuff. Just just come and ask me. I don't care.
By the way,
the
Sheriff's already texted you this morning.
Oh, yeah.
He's listening?
Yeah, I'm sure he's listening. He's always, I don't know. Has he woke up yet? I guess his wife must have woke him up and told him, hey, Chris is going to be on the radio.
Hey, I want to mention something here. I think we're doing a program in the morning about this, but there's a benefit car show for firefighter J.D. Foster.
That's
I'm
right.
Sure you know about that. Saturday, September 28th.
That's right.
2 days from now.
Yep.
It'll be at Snow White Drive-In, and tell us about Mr. Foster a little bit.
He is home. Of course, everybody knows he had the motorcycle wreck. Stayed at Vanderbilt for probably about, he was actually in Vanderbilt for about 2.5 weeks, and then he went over to rehab and stayed down there for, I think, roughly about 3. So he's back home now. He has his aches and pains, has his good days and his bad days, and I think he's itching to get out of the house and get back to work, but he's not ready. He's nowhere near ready to come back fully to work.
Do you anticipate him being a firefighter again?
Oh, that's completely up to him. I mean, he's got to meet some criteria or whatever, but that's up to him. It's doable. I mean, it's very, very well doable. And so, I mean, like I said, whoever wants to, put in the work will do anything. So,
well, the thing about this is, I think there's in your occupation and the work that you do in putting out fires and being a fireman and so on, there's a certain level that a person has to
you've got to maintain that too. You've got to be able to maintain that, but then in the capacity of his job or whatever, it's the hard part is getting up on the engine and with his foot or whatever, and then far as that goes, he just instructs people what to do on the fire scene. So, as long as his cognitive skills is still good and all of that, which I don't have no reason to believe that it's not, it's a good possibility that he can come back, but that's strictly be up to him.
Seems to me like Terrific Teresa mentioned something about you and the fire department. You got something you're going to be doing at the Senior Citizen Center before long.
I'm sure we do. I'm sure we do. I feel like that I belong over there. They should feed me every day. But Terrific Teresa, and Peppermint Patty is what I call her. Peppermint Patty.
I hadn't heard that. I love it.
Yeah, Peppermint Patty. I'll get it right in a minute. But anyway, I think, I don't know who's taking who under their wing. We borrow their van. We do stuff. I mean, we borrow their van. They help us out with that when we go to travels with, multiple guys going to training or whatever, and they let us use their van. And then also we take care of their grounds, I guess you could say, because all their boxes is over in our dumpsters right now. And it's overrun. And so hopefully it'll rain today and we'll get those things burned up and get us a burn permit. We can't because it's a burn ban, so I won't be able to do that either.
You just said what we need to talk about here, and I was thinking of where we're going next, but it is dry.
It's real dry.
Nobody needs to be burning anything.
No, and we will give you a ticket. And so, that's from small fires, that's from burning leaves, because the leaves, it's so dry, the leaves are starting to fall now, and people, will go out and light those. So if we see you burning, you heard it here first. We're going to give you a ticket. There is no warning. You've had your warning when we said no burning.
And there's no such thing as getting a burn permit.
We won't even issue you one. Yeah. Nobody in the county will. I think Mount Juliet fell in with us, and the county's already issued it, and the state, and you can't burn. It's too dry.
Except for a little while in May, just maybe 10 10 days, 2 weeks there in May. It got just a little dry. But other than that, we've had an abundance of rain until all of a sudden the faucets turned off.
Yeah, the faucet turned off, and I've never, like it was talking on the TV this morning, the record highs are still coming.
Yeah.
You know,
and I guess that makes it even drier.
It does, the hotter the sun. So people think that, like this morning, if you get a little sprinkle or whatever, then, you know, hey, it rained. No, it's got to be a good amount of rain. And when I say a good amount, I'm looking for somewhere between 1 and 2 inches, and not to fall all at one time either. A good steady rain to soak it up in the ground.
We need that so bad.
Oh yeah,
so bad.
Yeah.
But thankfully, most of us, I guess, got most of the benefit of our garden before the rain shut down.
Yeah, before it shut down. But you know, in the garden, I know. You know, speaking of Robert, you know, they did a good job over here beside us over off Cherry Street, you know, putting out a garden, and, you know, we come get water and stuff like that. They'll water it and all. And so, and by the way, I know he's listening, we hadn't reaped any of those benefits of no kind of tomato. I mean, not even a dadgum cucumber. Can you believe that?
All the help you've given them with water and keep the garden going, and they don't even remember.
They don't even remember, but he better not bring no cucumber up there right now, because it ain't going to be pretty.
Oh, it's too late for cucumbers, I think.
Well, okay, then squash or whatever. I ain't no gardener.
Well, I don't really know. I know they do better when it's not so hot.
Right.
That's about all I know. I've done shut all of my. Only thing I've got left, I've got a few stalks of okra that's still producing. I think there's 5 plants of pepper, and the rest of it's gone.
Did you water them?
No,
you didn't, because you're too tight.
I don't want a big bill from the city.
That's what I was going to say. You're too tight to water them. That's what I was going to say. Yep, that's what I thought. But no, everything else is running good. I think the first of, and remind me, I'm going to say this again probably in October when I'm out here, but our golf tournament's coming up. Go get signed up for it. It is in November. I will say it. I think it's the first Friday, maybe in November.
Where you play?
We play at the country club.
Okay, Lebanon Golf.
Yeah, that's right. We play out there. They've been, Bobby Carr and them has been really, really great to us, and so we play out there. It's really close. You know, we need something from the office, we just run over there and get it, and then go back, whatever. But
you've been doing this a number of years, haven't you?
I've been doing it ever since I've been there, and it's been, well, the golf tournament's probably about 20 years old, but or a little better. It's probably a little better than 20 years old. I really have to pull those dates up. But the Toys for Tots we've been doing ever since I've been there, and it's 31 years. Yeah. So, and I don't see it going away. I mean, there's several organizations tied to it, you know. And
what is there about this is a scramble golf tournament, meaning that you 18 holes, but you have a team and you play the best ball. I mean, that's pretty much your format, right?
Yeah, unless you got a really, really good pencil with some of them that come out there, but but it's all in fun. I mean, Mike Owens with the Sheriff Department, Lance Howell, Robert. If you catch a team like that that's playing, just watch the pencil. That's all you got to do. Watch the pencil.
It reminds me, the guy that used to run Hunter's Point, he says, were you keeping score today? Yeah, you don't ever lose when you keep score.
No, that's exactly right. And always have a hole in your pocket where if you lose your ball, just shake another one out, you know? I mean, I've seen that happen before.
You know what it costs to play in yours?
I don't know. I'll have all that information. I guess I probably shouldn't have said nothing.
Well, that's okay. Just a reminder. It's coming up. You got more time to talk about it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'll have next month, too, to talk about it. And, of course, Brian Fountain, Captain Fountain over at the Fire Hall, he's putting together all this stuff. And the pamphlets, the flyers, and all of that stuff are going out now, mailed to all the businesses and stuff. And, by the way, the businesses, you know, you can't. They help you out so much. I mean, so much. And there's a lot of different organizations going around, and sometimes they'll use the fire department name. And I'm so appreciative when those people call me and say, no, they called and asked, could we use it, because they actually give to some of the kids in Lebanon, but we're not solely involved with that program or whatever. So, you know, I can't say that we're don't know them or whatever, but we're about 10 to 15% involved. So if you want your money, when people call me, they say, what can I do to keep my money right here in Wilson County, Lebanon? And I said the toy drive is our main goal, and that's what we do. So if you want to donate and want it to stay right here in Wilson County, Lebanon, then the toy drive's the only function that we do, other than the read me days and the books and all of that stuff.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'm glad you said that. We got a couple of minutes here. You do more with the schools as far as showing up, letting the children do. You do that more in the fall or more in the spring?
We do it all year long.
Really?
Whenever school's in, they'll call. Even the daycares will call. We do read me days, Dr. Seuss, on and on and on. We get up and it's a little dance that the kids do. It's the tootie tie. We do that too. So you
actually go and read yourself?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I don't send.
I bet you have a great presence with the whatever classroom you're reading.
It doesn't matter if it's kindergarten to 6th grade or 7th grade or whatever. I can fit in with any of them. If you want me to act like a kindergarten, I can do that too. So, but no, I sit in the floor with them. I'll sit in the floor with them, get right there with them. And of course, next thing you know, they're all over you and everything else. And so, but the best grade to do is probably the 3rd or 4th grade, because you're going to hold their attention for a little while. And you take some of these new guys that I take them with me, and they don't know what to do, because once they start losing attention, the kids start losing attention. I'll look over at them and I'll just start laughing because they get nervous then. They don't know what to do, but it's all good. But we love all our schools. We're right there next to Carroll Oakland. We've been to Carroll Oakland also, but
Coles Ferry
Elementary. Yeah, we're right there next to them, but we go to all of them in the city. And so, and we do a water day at the end of the school year. So it's always good.
All right, we're nearly out of time here, but equipment all good, everything going well?
Everything's running good. I got a radio. I just got back from Chicago last week, and so the radio system is on schedule. It'll be here. We'll be up and running hopefully somewhere around March or April.
Yep.
And then we've also got a new fire truck that's out in Ohio. I'll be flying out there probably about a month and a half. We'll fly back out there and put our eyes on it and get it in, and we'll be set for probably the next 15 years.
All right. Well, thanks for being with us today. See you next month.
Yes, sir.
Chris Dow, Lebanon Fire Chief. That's part one of Coleman and Company. Hope you'll keep it here for more. FM 98.9.
And it's now 7:31. Let's see what's happening on the roadways. Thanks to Bates Ford and the Works Vehicle Checkup. They'll make sure your vehicle is ready for any road. $39.95, and that includes 5 quarts of oil, tax and disposal, tire rotation and safety check. Bates Ford, 1673 West Main. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. Heavy traffic out here now. 24 westbound up through the Hickory Hollow area. 40 east near White Bridge Plank. That's a minor wreck over to the side. There's quite a bit of traffic, however, coming through West Nashville right now on 40 eastbound. All that traffic flow coming in from Dixon County up through Kingston Springs, bumper to bumper, 65 south at Trinity Lane. Hey, it's the 40th annual Oktoberfest in Germantown, kicking off Thursday, October 10th through the 13th. Free live entertainment, gourmet food trucks. It's going to be a lot of fun this year. Check it out, thenashvilleoktoberfest.com. I'm Commander Chuck. You're on time traffic.
71 degrees all the way.
73 degrees, please.
So what's your perfect degree of comfort? We'll help you find it with professional Rheem HVAC service that'll keep your home comfy year-round, save on energy costs, and may qualify for utility rebates and tax credits. So enjoy a new degree of comfort.
72 degrees, and I'm good to go.
Financing available through TVA's Energy Right program and your local power company. Call Randy's Heat and Air 237-3604.
Now you can get a great-looking cut in less time every time with an Exmark. The Mowers Landscape Pros trust 2-to-1 over the next best-selling brand of mowers. Step up to the Radius, the next great zero-turn rider from Exmark. Now available for as little as $4,999 with attractive financing offers, too. Check out the Exmark Radius today at Absolute Kubota, 1325 West Main Street in Lebanon. Exmark, ready to work for you.
Hi, everybody. It's Tommy Bryan. Tune in on Saturdays throughout the fall as Cumberland University's Phoenix takes on the very best in small college football. The Phoenix entertain Kaiser University Saturday, September 28th. Kickoff is at 1:30. Join me and Bob Lee Saturdays during the college football season right here on WANT and WCOR.
Hey, this is Paul with Bates Ford, and I got some great deals for you. Right now, we've got some executive demos with up to $10,000 in rebates. We've got cars with 0 interest for 72 months, and on the service side, we've got tires with rebates with up to $130, and as always, we've got the cheapest oil change in town, $28.95 for up to 5 quarts. So come see us at Bates Ford, 1673 West Main Street, the dealer that will trade for anything you don't eat.
If you're a fan of Wilson County High School football, make sure to tune in to the Fakes and Hooker Scoreboard Show every Friday after the Lebanon High football game right here on WANT 98.9. Hi, I'm John Boyce. Trent Perry and myself will have all the mid-state scores as well as interviews from each coach within the county. The Scoreboard Show is brought to you by Designers Carpet, Fakes and Hooker, Lebanon Appliance, Mitchie's Landscape and Design, Palometto's Insurance, Kenny Salas and Justin Davis with Blackwell Realty, and Sammy Bees. The Fakes and Hooker Scoreboard Show every Friday night.
Good Thursday morning to you. We'll see some clouds around as we go through the day. I can't rule out a few scattered showers and storms. All in all, not a washout. Has a rebound to back near 90 during the afternoon. If you're going to be out and about this evening, partly cloudy skies will win out as we go through the overnight. Lows will bottom out in the upper 60s. That's your forecast. I'm meteorologist Nisa Lomax.
And we continue. Welcome to part 2 here on Thursday morning. We're ready to talk about the Pavilion Senior Living in Lebanon. Heather Sadler's on the phone this morning. And Heather, good morning to you.
Good morning. Good morning.
You don't sound the best, and you probably aren't the best today, and that's probably one of the reasons you're not out here. But the ragweeds got to you, huh?
Just a little bit, yeah. I'm struggling just a little bit.
Yeah.
But
well, we want everybody to know that the Pavilion Senior Living is located at 1409 Medical Center Drive right here in Lebanon. It's started 2 years ago in August, and already, 14 rooms you're adding on right now?
Right, 14 rooms we're adding on right now, and we're already taking deposits to reserve those. So, it's a good challenge it's a good thing for us to be able to offer more rooms for the Wilson County residents, for sure.
Right. Well, think about it is, here again, I mean, you started out 2 years ago, and in 2 years' time, you've been so successful. People have liked what you're doing so much that you're adding 14 more on. I think that says a lot about how you operate and how things are going.
Yeah, I think so too. I don't like to brag too much, but our staff are great people, and I feel like our heart and our mission is truly giving senior living you can trust, and so it also shows there's such a need out there, and there's a need for our product and our services. Well, of course, you do offer assisted living, and you offer memory care. And you have both there. The new 14 that you're adding on, is that all for assisted living? They're assisted living, but also we've built it where we can expand our memory care as well. It just depends on what the need is. So if we need to expand it for memory care, we will. Usually memory care takes a little bit longer for people to realize they need it's an immediate need. And so if we're trying to, if you need a memory care, you don't want to wait 3 months to move in. So, but we have got it so we can make either half of it or all of it memory care as we grow or as the needs of our residents grow. Well, let me remind everybody of your website, because I think you have a wealth of information there at thepavilionseniorliving.com. And I know you've put a few selfies that you've made when you come out here. You even got me on your website, haven't you? Well, you're kind of famous, so I'm using what I can off of you, Coleman. If you need to reach Heather, you can give her a call, 615-444-5556. And I guess between the website and the telephone, you and the other social media, you really have your name out there, Heather. Well, I hope that when people need something, they know our name and they call us or come by. And also, I don't want to. even if the pavilion is not the answer, I want to be able to give them the resources they need. So if you have any questions about, rehab or long-term care or assisted living, memory care, just where to start, we'll be glad to help you.
Well, and a lot of times, this maybe people have in the back of their mind, they've thought, well, it may happen sometime, but that's down the road. Then all of a sudden, it does happen, and they haven't really prepared themselves. If you think ahead, you're ahead of the game. But if you don't, you are still there to help them make the most of their procrastination, I guess.
Well, usually I get a call and it's, well, we thought about this, but we just had a fall, or we thought about this and we're in the hospital because Mom took too much medicine, or, we thought about this, but, so we've heard a lot of that. So, even if we thought about it, but give us a call, we'll be glad to help you. But sure, we'd love to help you before those situations occur. But that's what we do.
Right. Planning ahead is better, but even if you don't, you're there to help.
That's right.
All right. Well, anything else you want to tell us before you go this morning?
I think that's it. We've got some dementia workshops coming up, and I'll have some more information about that that we're going to be hosting at the pavilion. So that's kind of coming up for the fall for us. That was a pretty big hit last time we did it, so we're going to open that up to the community this time.
All right. Well, great to hear from you. We'll do it again next Thursday.
Talk to you next week.
All right.
Have a good day.
Thank you. Heather Sadler, she's marketing director for the Pavilion Senior Living right here in Lebanon, Tennessee at 1409 Medical Center Drive. Remember the phone number, 615-444-5556. We're about 20 and a half minutes away from the hour, and we're going to do a program featuring Waypoint Financial Partners Acts Advisors this morning, and Tracy Hay joins us as my guest. Tracy, good morning.
Good morning, Coleman.
Nice to see you again. How are you?
I'm doing well. I've never heard your face described as a website face. I thought you had a radio face, so that was a new one.
Whatever. We need to tell everybody that you're located at 1020 North Castle Heights Avenue, Suite C. And you and Bill Bryson and Dave Gordon and Tony Helton have been there for a good long while now.
Yeah, we have.
I don't know how long, but
in that location, we're actually in our 19th year.
Wow, it don't seem like it could be that long. And you're really kind of across the street from the school,
Castle Heights Elementary. That's
right.
correct.
For those who, if you know where Castle Heights Elementary is, Waypoint Acts Advisors is not far behind.
Right across the street.
And of course, you've been helping people with their financial investments and advising them of ways to prepare for retirement, ways to save money, way to manage wealth, to grow wealth. That's kind of what you're all about, with some variations maybe.
That pretty well sums it up. Variations for sure, but really, I guess our focus is on helping folks with their retirement, and that includes not only individuals who are maybe preparing for retirement or at retirement, but also with different entities that can offer retirement plans, which is kind of what we want to talk about a little bit today. But yeah.
Well, you've been at it for a long time. You have been successful. The four of you have been together for how long?
25 years. We claim that our relationship, as far as the four partners, probably has lasted more than most marriages. So that's.
I hadn't thought of it like that, but that's for sure.
But
well, you seem to work together well, and each of you has your own area maybe of expertise. Mm-hmm. You're a CPA, aren't you?
I am.
Yeah, right. And maybe other designations, but that's your biggest claim to fame, I
right.
think.
But and that's one thing that we all have different degrees of expertise in different areas. I tell everybody that those other guys are a whole lot smarter than I am, but we have such a good working relationship within the office. Mm-hmm. Even it truly is fun to go to work most every day, but
Let me say something nice about Linda Baker this morning. She always helps me procure one of you to come out here. And Linda, I think, does a great job.
Yeah, both Linda and Shonda Hannah are so vital to what we do. Yeah. They make us look a whole lot better than we are, that's for sure.
Well, kind of get us started here. We'll go to a break in a couple of minutes.
First thing I want to do, I'm sitting here drinking this cup of coffee that you've provided today, Coleman, but I did a little bit of checking. There was a recent study done that the average American spends about $1,100 on coffee each year rather than making it themselves.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. So I did go a little bit deeper, that if you skip going to the local cafe, wherever, and getting your coffee, that instead of spending that $1,100 on coffee, you invested it in your retirement account, or you just increased your retirement contributions by that amount. Okay?
Right. $1,100.
$1,100 a year. And let's say that you averaged what the S&P 500 has done over the last 30 years. Uh-huh. That's not quite 10%. It's right at 9.95%. But if you average that over a 20 or 30-year period, here's what that additional amount would do. Over a 20-year period, Coleman, if you took that $1,100 and invested it at a 9.95% return, so that would be about $22,000 that you would be adding to your retirement. That makes a difference of almost $69,000.
Wow.
Okay. Now, take it one step further. If you did that instead over 20 years, you did it over 30 years, a total of $33,000 that would be added over that 30-year period. It's almost $197,000. So how
$33,000 would be almost $200,000.
Yep.
Wow.
So how important is that cup of coffee?
I think that tells you something.
It does. I mean, that, and that's one example of things that we do that we maybe don't even think about. I mean, you could take that same thing and apply it to a bag of chips or a soft drink, or eating out a meal. I mean, it can all add up to that $1,100. But I thought that's less than $100 a month.
And Chris Dow was calling me cheap a while ago.
Don't believe what you hear from Chris all the time.
We need to take a break right here. Program presented by Waypoint Financial Partners, AXA Advisors. Tracy Hayes here, and more coming up on Coleman & Company FM 98.9.
And it's now 7:46. Let's see what's happening on the roadways. Want to thank our friends at Absolute Kubota and Rental Exmark. Large inventory of Exmark mowers for homeowners and commercial users. Number one selling brand by 2-1 over any other commercial mower brand. 1325 West Main. Now at traffic. Here's Chuck.
Good morning. Heavy traffic here as we check it out live. 65 southbound, trying to get past Trinity Lane. Sure, we've seen a lot of wrecks out here in the last few minutes, like Fessler's right at the interstate. 65 south there between OHB and Briley up in Madison right now. There's got a lot of traffic flow there. Trying to get in past the airport, that's extremely heavy through Hermitage Donaldson on 40 going west. Hey, celebrate autumn this year at Obergatlinburg during Oktoberfest, going on now through October 28. Check it out, obergatlinburg.com. I'm Commander Chuck. You're on time traffic.
The Pavilion Senior Living residents are inviting you to become their new neighbor. If you're looking for a sign to move, call us at 444-5556 to learn more about the details. Or go to thepavilionseniorliving.com for more information. Or better yet, just drop by 1408 Medical Center Drive right behind Tenova Hospital and see for yourself. You should move here.
This Sunday, Mercedes-Benz Stadium, Atlanta, Georgia, the site of the Titans' Week 4 opponent, the Atlanta Falcons. Titans Countdown happens at 11. Voice of the Titans, Mike Keith, and the head coach of Titans Radio, Dave McGinnis, have the call of Titans and Falcons with a noon kickoff.
Brought to you by Absolute Kubota Exmark, Bates Ford, Fakes and Hooker, Steve Moore Plumbing, and the Jewelers.
This is Wilson County's home for real country music and the Tennessee Titans.
It's Real Country 98.9.
Coleman and Company here on this Thursday morning. We're talking about Waypoint Financial Partners LLC, Tax Advisors. As, you probably know them by that better. And Tracy Hay is here. We won't get into this, but you other to say that you affiliated with the Waypoint to really have some access to some smart people to help y'all. Maybe you've got a larger group of expertise to work with.
Exactly. It really opened up some things for us that we didn't have otherwise, and at the same time, by us becoming affiliated, it gave those folks access to some of the things that we know a little bit about.
The four of you are very skilled and very knowledgeable when it comes to finances, and I don't think there's any question about that. And if you weren't listening before, that not only includes Tracy Hay, who is here, but Bill Bryson, Dave Gordon, and Tony Helton.
Yep, exactly.
Okay, where do you want to head?
I kind of, again, we always run into this where we don't have a whole lot of time, but there are a couple of things that I do want to make people aware of, and this is very, very timely, and it may not even be appropriate for folks at this point, but to be planning for end of the year. But right now there are two retirement plans, Coleman, that still have the opportunity to be established for plan year 2019. Mm-hmm. But the deadline to get those set up and going is October 1st of 2019. So we're like right at the edge of that. That's
if you're going to do it, you better get moving.
You better do it like today or soon.
What you got through Monday, actually.
Right.
You 30th, yeah.
Right. So again, one of the plans, Coleman, and we talked about these in detail before. One of the plans is called a simple IRA plan. Again, that's appropriate for employers who have less than 100 employees that have earnings of at least $5,000. So there's some things that can be set up on the front end as far as eligibility goes, and that goes back to what the employer might choose to do, how they would want to have people come into the plan. First of all, you could have it set up, and this is true with any retirement plan, where from day one you have full eligibility. So if you hire someone today, then immediately they could begin to participate in these type of plans. Mm-hmm. So that is the least stringent as far as these plans are concerned. It's just called full eligibility. With the simple IRA, you can also have what's called limited eligibility, and in order to do that, I'm going to give you the most stringent way it can be done.
All right.
And that is to require that someone earn or reasonably expected to earn at least $5,000 in the current year, and they have had earnings of at least $5,000 in any 2 prior years. So that on the front end, you can kind of limit whom enters the plan if someone chose to. So you can go anywhere from almost a 3-year entry period to immediate eligibility. And anywhere in between, you can lessen those restrictions. So that's really it on the simple IRA. It does require that the employer make some type of contribution. In that type of arrangement, the employer is either doing a 2% non-elective contribution, which means the employees don't have to contribute, or it can be dollar for dollar up to 3%. So, and that's normally what employers will do. They'll say, I want to help the employee, but they have to help themselves as well. So that's the norm on that. Where these plans can come into play is, again, if someone is wanting to contribute more than just, say, a traditional or Roth IRA, the contribution limits for 2019, as far as an employee goes, is $13,000. If someone is age 50 or older, then there's a catch-up of an additional $3,000. So, that's pretty robust from the, say, the $6,000 or $7,000 limit with an IRA, that the simple IRA allows you to put up to $13,000 or even $16,000 if you're over age 50. Those contributions that the employer makes in this scenario, the employee's immediately vested. So there's no vesting schedule. There's no requirement that the employee stay a certain period of time once they are eligible. The administrative costs are low, so that's another thing to keep in consideration. There's not an annual reporting that is required in this case. All the contributions are pre-federal tax, so there is no Roth provision with a simple IRA.
Well, let me ask you: do most employers who want to do something like you're talking about here, they need the help of somebody like you guys at Waypoint AXA?
Yeah, that.
Rather than have to do all the research and make sure that you've got all the T's crossed and the I's dotted.
Really, with a simple IRA plan, if an employer wants to administer it themselves, it is pretty simple. I will say that. What we typically do, Coleman, is to do like an analysis for people to let them see, okay, if you do the simple IRA, this is the maximum cost you could be looking at if you did the 2% non-elective, okay?
All right.
Or here's the maximum cost you could look at if you were doing the 3% matching. So that, to me, that is pretty important, so they at least have an idea of what my potential cost could be. Right. But if they can certainly do it themselves, but there's probably some information that they might not understand that we can help them on. And I know that one of the other things that we do is when we're looking at these plans is to also let them know, okay, this is where you are right now. Maybe in 2 or 3 years, this may be the type of plan that you graduate to. And that's one of the other ones that does have a deadline coming up, Coleman. It's called the Safe Harbor 401k plan. Again, that's a plan that does require an employer to contribute. The entry requirements on that plan are more about age and the number of hours that someone works. So remember, on the simple IRA, $5,000 kind of the trigger point on that. On the Safe Harbor 401k, it's more about number of hours. You could set it up to where, again, the most stringent is someone is age 21 and they are required to work at least 1,000 hours a year to meet that eligibility requirement. So again, we do have people that maybe start with the simple and then move to the Safe Harbor 401k. The other thing about that, the Safe Harbor 401k allows an employee to contribute as much as $19,000 out of their paycheck. If they're under age 50, over age 50, they can do an additional $6,000. So that takes that up to a total of $25,000 that can be contributed. And they have the ability to do their contribution either pre-tax or via Roth after tax.
When people ask about this and want your help, I hope it's safe for me to ask, as I'm wondering, do you have maybe a setup fee or a charge or something, or is there a trade-off where you get to sell other products, or how does this work?
As far as the analysis goes, we feel like that we couldn't even be a very good guide on what direction to go without going through that. There is no charge for that. It just takes time. So to go through this analysis, again, there is no charge for that, Coleman. But that way we know, and whether that individual or entity does business with us or not, at least we know that whatever we suggest, we feel like we've gotten enough information to give them an accurate recommendation. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of what we do.
But someone who might not even have heard of you or whatever, but they hear you here this morning even and know that this is something that they really ought to do for their employees.
Right.
It's fine to give you a call.
Sure. And, again, at this point, it may be that, hey, we're coming up on this deadline for 2019. We just need to, not be in such a rush. And, we still have, ample time to have plans up in place beginning January 1st of 2020, right. Which is hard to believe that's almost here. Yeah. But that may even be the right answer on that, Coleman. But that certainly is what we do.
Well, think about it. You're very skilled. You know what the law is. You keep up with the changes, and changes are made from time to time.
Oh yeah, that's inevitable.
And not only the four of you who've been doing this for 25 years or longer, but you have all the other people with Waypoint Financial that you can call on for areas of expertise as well.
Right. We have folks that certainly have high levels of expertise that we don't come anywhere close to. But the main thing in a situation like that is if you don't know the answer, you admit it, but you know who to call to get the answer. That's key.
Look how fast time has flown.
Flies, doesn't it, Coleman, when you're having fun?
Tracy, thanks for being with us. And let me tell again, 615-444-6548 is the phone number. And Waypoint Financial Partners Axe Advisors located at 1020 North Castle Heights Avenue, Suite C. It's right across from
Castle Heights Elementary.
Castle Heights Elementary, yep. And they've been there for a long time. They're waiting to help you. And Tracy, thanks for being with us.
Thank you, Coleman.
That is it for a Thursday. Join us tomorrow for the Friday edition. Till then, I wish you a tremendous day.